So today I'm joined by my friend Ryan Maddox.
Hey.
That's Ryan. Ryan and I have been playing Magic together since I was 13, so that's at least 11 years. Probably.
I've been probably playing even longer.
Probably. You've been playing... I started in Mirrodin, you started in... who can even say?
Who knows?
Who knows at this point. But one of our favorite ways to play Magic is a draft format. Unfortunately, the problem with most draft formats is that they require about 8 people, 6 to 8 people usually. Unless you are doing a Winston draft, which is one of my all-time favorite ways to play Magic. So that's what I'm going to teach you...
Pretty excited for
and
it.
This guy to play. So what's cool about Winston drafting is that you only need 2 people to play it. So really all you need is a pal, which we have right there. And then what you need is 6 boosters. If you don't have 6 boosters, just get 90 cards from wherever. But 6 boosters is kind of what you want. And then just a bunch of lands, obviously. But yeah, that's basically all you need to get started. So if you're choosing to do the booster pack method, which is what I recommend because that way it's all new cards that neither of you have seen before, you're going to want to open a booster and then take off the top 2 cards. That's going to be the filler card and a land, which you just set aside for later. That way the pile of 90 cards that you've got in front of you for the draft is all actual playable cards, no filler, nothing weird. So once you've opened all 6 of your boosters, you've got a nice pile of 90 Magic cards that neither of you have seen before, and what you want to do next is just shuffle them together. I'm going to hand it to Ryan because I don't know how to shuffle cards well at all. Once you've done that, though, you'll have a nice, evenly distributed, or randomly distributed, pile of Magic cards that you're going to use for your draft. So once they're all shuffled, what you're going to do is you're going to make 3 different piles of 1 card each. And how it works is I will look at the first card and decide if I want to keep it or not. If I decide I want to keep it, I just put it into my hand right here. And then it'll be Ryan's turn. So Ryan, you can look at the first pile here, decide if you want it or not.
Ooh.
Yeah, big decision.
Big decision. Okay.
Don't want it. So what he does is he takes one off the pile and adds it to pile 1. And looks at pile 2.
Alright.
Decide if he wants that or not.
I do want it.
You do want it. Okay.
I do. I love it.
He loves it. So he'll keep that. He'll replace the card in pile 2. And now it's my turn. So I'm going to look at pile 1 here, and I've got a couple cards here. If I decide to take it, I can actually add both of these to my hand. So it kind of incentivizes you to take cards that maybe neither of you end up wanting. So Ryan, pile 1.
Okay. I don't like this one.
He does not want it. Pile 2.
Pile 2 is my lucky pile.
Loving it so far.
I hate this one.
Doesn't like that either.
Yeah.
Pile 3. Let's see what's...
Sweetening the deal for Nick.
Yeah.
This one will have to do.
Well, that's the interesting thing. So, let's see what's up here. So I'll look at pile 1. There's 2 cards in there. If I don't want these, what I'll do is I'll just add a card to that. Look at pile 2, which again has 2 cards. If I don't want these, boom. Look at pile 3. Don't want that either. So if you don't want the 3rd pile, you add a card to it like normal, and then you just take a 4th card off the top here, and that goes in your hand. So Ryan, this card is now ballooning in size.
All right,
up to a whopping 3 cards.
Looking attractive now.
Sweetening the deal.
I'll take it.
All right, makes sense. All right, cool. So I'll look at pile number 1. And so on and so forth. I feel like you probably get the picture at this point. But you go like this through all 90 of the cards, and then eventually, hopefully, if you're doing a good job, you will have some semblance of a deck that you can build out of it. You will each have 45 cards, and since you're only going to be playing with about 23 of them for a 40-card draft, there's more than enough there to build something playable. The other cool thing about this is that even though it's a 2-player draft format, you don't really know that much about what your opponent has. You can kind of see maybe half the cards that they have, but it's still relatively fair, which makes it a really, really good way to enjoy Magic with 2 players. So you just continue on like that basically until all 90 of the cards have been dealt to one of the 2 players, and then from there you build your decks like you would in any other limited format. So 40 cards minimum, and yeah, you play against each other, and now you've done a Magic draft with 2 people, which is a really, really useful tool to have in your arsenal if you don't always have 6 to 8 Magic the Gathering loving friends at your disposal, which I don't think anybody does. But yeah, that's how you do it. We're going to go finish drafting this and actually play a round or 2 of Magic. But thank you for watching, and thank you, Ryan, for putting up with us.
Great for having me.
Great for having him.
Great.
We're using that.